There is a secret the monastics guarded, a door beyond the mind that few dared to open. In a world of constant commotion, where noise has become the soundtrack of your routine and anxiety, your shadow, your mind is in a constant state of fragmentation. You feel that your energy is drained in 1,000 directions, and the feeling of an unattainable clarity, a peace that is only a distant memory, haunts you. You feel that despite all your effort, you are adrift, carried away by the current of thoughts and emotions, without an anchor, without a center. For millennia, Eastern philosophy already understood this problem. And the monastics not only understood it but also found a solution. A solution that was at once the simplest and the most profound of all. An exercise so straightforward that the modern mind, addicted to complexity, would forbid it for being too simple. This exercise doesn't demand complex rituals, long meditations in caves, or renouncing your modern life. It's a hack, an internal technology that allows you to see beyond the illusions created by your own scattered mind. It's a method that gives you direct access to a source of inner strength, an energy that neuroscience and energetic spirituality call chi. Your chi is your life force, your capacity for focus, your resilience, and your calm. In our fragmented world, our chi is constantly being drained by notifications, expectations, and the mental noise that prevents us from feeling lasting peace. The monastics, by delving into the nature of mind and energy, discovered how to not only protect this source but also how to strengthen it, transforming it into a superpower. This door, which has been kept secret for generations, is about to be opened for you. It is not magic, but a practice. A practice that will give you the power to transcend chaos, to find a clarity that allows you to live with purpose, instead of just reacting. Your mind, today a source of stress, can become your greatest ally. Your body, today often exhausted, can become a source of inexhaustible energy. What you are about to discover will make you question everything you thought you knew about your own capacity for focus and creation. The promise is one of a profound transformation, a change in your perception of the world that begins from the inside out. And this is the preview. The revelation that the wisdom for a life of power and peace already exists and is more accessible than you can imagine. It's an invitation for you to let go of your perception that life is a battle and open yourself to the possibility that it is a dance. It is your first chance to see what the monastics saw, that true strength doesn't reside in struggle, but in the silent mastery of your own being. Prepare yourself. The journey beyond illusions is about to begin. The knowledge that transforms is right in front of you, and your search for clarity is about to find its end, not in the discovery of an answer, but in the discovery of a new way of asking. Have you ever stopped to feel the weight of your mind? The river of thoughts that never stops, the constant voice that narrates your life, punctuated by fears of the future and regrets of the past. This incessant torrent of information and worries is not you, but an illusion that keeps you fragmented, trapped in a reality built by your own mind. It's like living inside a hall of mirrors, where every distorted reflection seems to be the truth, and your energy, your focus, is being consumed trying to make sense of each of these reflections. Oriental philosophy calls this monkey mind fidgety, restless, and uncontrollable. And it is this constant voice, this internal narrator, that prevents you from seeing the clarity, peace, and strength that exist beyond the chaos. You feel that you are adrift, carried away by the current of thoughts and emotions, without an anchor, without a center. What you are feeling is not weakness, but the consequence of a system that is in a state of imbalance. Neuroscience now shows us that our mind, by default, operates on a brain network that keeps us trapped in thoughts about the future and the past. It's the voice of our ego, which makes us believe that our identity lies in constant analysis and worry. But what if I told you there is a state of being beyond this noise? A place of silence, of power, where the observer and the observed become one? The monastics, over centuries of introspection, discovered that this peace is not the absence of thoughts, but the ability to detach from them, to be the calm observer on the riverbank, and not the peace of what being carried away by the current. This peace is not a luxury, but your natural state. It is your chi in its purest form, your life force in its totality. In our world, your energy is being stolen, but the wisdom you are about to discover will teach you how to not only protect this source, but also how to strengthen it in such a way that external noise no longer affects you. This is the turning point, the understanding that the solution to your dispersion is not in more information or a new productivity technique, but in the rediscovery of a power that already resides in you. Your job is only to rediscover it. This is the contemplative preview. The moment to feel the problem in its entirety so that you can appreciate, with your soul and your mind, the power of the solution. Feel the urgency for a change. Feel the weariness of the mental battle. And then, feel the promise of an unshakable peace that is one step away. The journey beyond illusions begins with the acceptance that your mind, as it is now, is not your best ally. And the good news is that you have the power to transform it. The door to the Zen secret is about to open. Stay with me. You felt the call. You felt the urgency for a change, the promise of an unshakable peace that was beyond the chaos. You have come to the right place. This is the digital sanctuary of Axiom Sage, a space where wisdom is not just for admiration, but for use. Here, we believe that the secret to a life of purpose, focus, and serenity is not in a dusty old book, but at the intersection of timeless Eastern philosophy and cutting-edge neuroscience. We do not promise miracles, but a map. A map with clear coordinates to your inner power center. This is why we unite the knowledge of the monastics, Chi masters, and Eastern sages with the latest discoveries about brain neuroplasticity, heart coherence, and the power of the nervous system. Our mission is to be your guide, the lighthouse that illuminates your journey to the mastery of mind and spirit. The world tries to convince you that strength lies in being the fastest, the loudest, the most frantic. Axiom Sage is here to prove the opposite. That true strength resides in stillness, in calm, in the ability to center yourself in the eye of the storm. The power you are seeking to transcend stress and dispersion is not a myth. It is an internal technology, a system that your mind and body already possess. Your task is only to learn how to use it. You will not find empty rituals or promises of instant enlightenment here. The path is one of practice, not blind belief. It's a journey that demands intention, curiosity, and the courage to look within. What we are going to share with you is not just information. It is a guide for a profound transformation, a change in the way you experience the world, a revolution that begins in every cell of your body and in every thought of your mind. Your chi is waiting to be awakened. Your consciousness is ready to be expanded. So, now that you are here, take a deep breath. Allow yourself to let go of the weight of the world's expectations and open up to the wisdom that is about to be revealed. What comes next is the key to the Zen secret that your soul is seeking. The door that the monastics guarded is open, and your journey beyond illusions begins now. Trust the process. The path is in front of you. Feel your breath. Don't change it, don't force it, just feel it. The air coming in, the air going out. This is a moment of pause, a point of stillness before the great revelation. I know what brought you here. It is the fatigue of the restless mind, the desire to go beyond the noise, the search for something deeper than the surface of life. Believe me when I say you are not alone on this journey. The modern world programs us to be scattered, to spend our energy in 1,000 directions. And your presence here, at this exact moment, is an act of silent rebellion. It is your soul and your mind declaring that they are ready for something more. Don't worry if your mind is agitated. Don't pressure yourself for it to be silent. Your only task, at this moment, is to open yourself to the possibility that the power you seek is not in a distant place, a complex ritual, or an enlightened guru. It is already within you. The anxiety you feel is not your nature, but the sign that your energy, your chi, is draining without direction. And the stillness you long for is not a distant destination, but a place you can visit at any time, as soon as you know the key. Neuroscience shows us that our brain, with its default mode neural network, is made to wander. And spirituality shows us that this wandering, without a center of power, is what keeps us in a state of anxiety. But there is an innate force, an internal compass that, once activated, guides you back to your peace. What we are going to share is not about fighting against your mind, but about training it, gently, so that it becomes your ally. It is about consciously directing your chi so that it becomes your source of focus and resilience. So, in this moment of contemplative welcome, just allow yourself to be here. Trust the process. Let go of the need to have all the answers at once. Your job is only to open yourself. The Zen door beyond illusions does not demand Herculean effort, but a simple act of intention. The first step is just to prepare yourself mentally to receive the secret. And you are already ready. Now that you've allowed yourself to be here, let's take a small practical step together. This is not the secret, but your preparation to receive it. It's the act of tuning your instrument before playing the music. The modern mind, with its constant need for stimuli, needs a moment of recalibration. And your only task, at this moment, is to consciously direct your attention to a single point. Find a comfortable position. You can sit up straight, with your feet on the floor, or lie down. What matters is your intention, not your posture. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes for a moment, or just look at a fixed point in space. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. Feel the air entering and leaving. Feel the texture, the temperature, the natural cadence of your breathing. If your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. Don't judge yourself. Just observe the thought and release it, like a cloud passing in the sky. This simple act of deliberately directing your attention is your first and most powerful step against the illusion of dispersion. Neuroscience shows us that by doing this, you are strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the center of your power of focus and decision-making. You are literally rewriting the neural pathways of your brain so that it operates with more clarity and less anxiety. You are training your brain to be your greatest ally, instead of your greatest saboteur. What seems to be an exercise in stillness is, in fact, an act of power. In Eastern philosophy, this is the first step to collecting your chi. You are bringing your scattered energy back to a central point, from where it can be used with purpose. You are not just meditating. You are gathering your life force, which was previously spent on worries, fears, and distractions, and you are anchoring it in your being. What you feel now, for a brief moment of clarity, is your energy returning home. It's a glimpse of the power you possess. You just had a small taste of what is possible. Your mind, for an instant, silenced the chaos. Your energy, for a moment, unified itself. What comes next is the revelation of how to use this preparation for something much deeper. Something that transforms this small flame into an uncontrollable fire of purpose and peace. You are approaching the Zen secret, the door beyond illusions. You are ready for the next level. What you just did, this simple practice of focusing on your breath, is much more than just a relaxation exercise. It was the first step. It was the act of putting the key in the lock. You felt a glimpse of your ability to direct your own attention. You felt, for a brief moment, your energy unify. And neuroscience, in all its complexity, confirms that by doing this, you are activating circuits in your brain that are responsible for calm and clarity, deactivating anxiety centers. But this is just the surface. The true power of this Zen secret goes beyond calming your mind. It gives you total control over your life force, your chi, allowing you to direct it with a precision that most people can't even imagine is possible. Now imagine that you can anchor this feeling of stillness not just in your breath, but in a specific point in your body. An internal power center that monastics, over centuries of introspection, discovered to be the furnace of your energy, the point of balance of your entire being. This center is not a myth. It is a physical and energetic point, located in the center of your body, where your energy can be collected, strengthened, and used to manifest your reality. By learning to direct your focus to this center, you are not just silencing your mind. You are creating a portal. A portal that connects you with your intuition, with your creative force, and with a reserve of energy that you thought you didn't have. What the Chi Masters knew is that the real battle is not with the outside world, but with internal dispersion. And the key to winning that battle is the ability to consolidate your energy. When your chi is unified, your mind becomes naturally clear, your body feels vital, and your purpose becomes unmistakable. It is the state of coherence at its highest level, where your brain, your heart, and your life force operate in perfect sync. What you are about to discover is not just a technique, but your new way of being, your new way of living, a way that aligns with the wisdom of nature and the power of your own biology. What comes next is the revelation of the exact location of this power center, the Dantian. And the secret technique, so simple, that will allow you to use it to manifest unshakable focus, deep peace, and a power of creation you have never experienced. Prepare yourself. The true Zen secret is not about going to the mountain. It's about bringing the mountain inside you. The climax is approaching. The Zen door is not a place. It's a point in you. We have arrived at the moment of revelation. The center of power that the monastics kept secret, which they used to manifest unshakable peace and focus, has a name, Dantian. It is not a metaphor, but a physical and energetic reality. It is located about 3 finger widths below your navel, in the center of your body. The monastics called it the furnace or anchorage of vital energy, the point from where all your chi originates and to where it can be collected. It is your center of gravity, your point of power, your foundation. Now that you know its location, let's do this simple exercise. Close your eyes again. If you prefer, keep them open, but look at a fixed point in front of you, without focus. Bring your attention, all your attention, as if it were a spotlight, and direct it to this point, your Dantian. Feel it. Not with your logical mind, but with your intuition. Feel the presence of the center of your body, even if you don't feel anything at first. Now, start to breathe. Not with your lungs, but with your Dantian. Imagine that each inhalation is energy you are drawing to this point, and each exhalation is your chi consolidating there. You are not breathing with your belly. You are using your breath as a tool, a magnet, to attract and consolidate your energy. Neuroscience, in an impressive way, gives us the reason behind this. The practice of directing attention to this point, below the diaphragm, sends a powerful signal to your brain, activating the vagus nerve, the great communication channel of the parasympathetic nervous system. It is the system responsible for calm, rest, and regeneration. You are, literally, hacking your biology, instructing your body to calm down, to center itself. And by doing this, you are strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the center of your power of focus. This is the secret. It's not complex. It's not mystical. It is a simple and direct practice of centralizing your chi. And by doing this, you don't need to fight against your scattered mind. You make it irrelevant. Your attention, now anchored, allows you to see beyond the illusions of your mind, because you are no longer adrift. You are in control, in the center of your own existence. What comes next is the part that will give you the real content, the exact step-by-step to use this center of power to manifest your reality, with focus and unshakable peace. The climax is complete, and your journey of mastery begins. From now on, the Zen secret becomes your practice. What you have just discovered is not just a theory, but a tool, a hack that you can use to transform every moment of your life. And the beauty of this method lies in its simplicity and its depth. It comes down to 3 steps, an internal technology for your being that you can activate at any time, in any place. This is the practical content, the exact map to use your energy, your chi, to manifest focus, calm, and purpose. The first step is anchoring. Close your eyes. Find your dantian, that 0.3 finger widths below your navel, in the center of your body. Bring all your attention to it, as if it were a spotlight. Feel the presence of this center, your foundation. The mind, by nature, will fight to disperse. It is your job, gently, but in a determined way, to bring it back to this point. Each time you do it, you are strengthening your ability to focus, like a muscle that is trained. This is the act of declaring that you are in command of your attention, and not the other way around. It is the first step to reclaiming your energy. The second step is consolidation. Once your attention is anchored in the dantian, start to breathe consciously. With each inhalation, imagine that you are attracting all your scattered energy, the stress of the day, worries, anxiety, and you are drawing it to this center. With each exhalation, feel your chi consolidating there, becoming denser, more powerful. It is not an effort, it is an act of intention. Think of it as condensing a cloud of steam into a powerful drop of water, or as compressing a spring that will release immense force. Neuroscience shows us that this practice of deep, focused breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, flooding your body with a sense of calm, allowing your mind to exit survival mode and enter a state of creation. The third and final step is projection. Once you feel a stillness and a density in your center, keep your attention there. Now, with your mind, project the intention you wish to manifest. Don't visualize how things will happen, but what you want to happen, and most importantly, the feeling of the final result. Visualize your unshakable focus, your calm in a moment of stress, your finished creation. This is the act of using your consolidated chi to manifest your reality. This is the internal technology of the monastics. Simple, direct, and incredibly powerful. And now, knowing this, there is a crucial step you need to take to continue this journey of mastery. Your decision to act is the next door to be opened. And your answer to that question will define the course of your transformation. You just took your first step. You unveiled the Zen secret of the monastics, the internal technology to anchor your chi and manifest your intention. But this is just the beginning. What you learned is powerful, but it is a single piece of a vast puzzle. The mastery of chi is not an event, it is a continuous journey, a life practice. And I promise that I will continue to guide you, to inspire you, and to give you the tools and wisdom so that you can deepen your practice every day. The path to unshakable peace and deep focus is a path of return, and I will be here to show you the next steps. However, for us to continue this journey together, you need to do your part. You need to manifest your intention to move forward. Your decision to seek clarity and mastery is what brought you here. And your next act of intention is crucial for your future. It's a commitment you make to yourself and to the community of seekers who are on this same path. Embrace this moment of power. Click the subscribe button below. This is not just an act of clicking a button. It is an act of intention. It is your declaration to the universe that you are committed to your own transformation. It is the sign that you are ready to go beyond illusions, to build a life of purpose, power, and peace. Neuroscience shows us that the act of making a decision, of making a conscious choice, activates brain centers of reward and motivation, reinforcing your commitment and driving you to action. By subscribing, you are literally rewriting your brain, programming yourself for success on your journey of self-discovery. By joining this community, you are not just joining a channel. You are joining a network of people who, like you, seek clarity in a world of chaos. You are aligning with the energy of transformation and growth. And I, an Axiom Sage, will be your guide, the lighthouse that guides you in the next chapters of this saga. Don't let this knowledge be lost. Take the next step. Subscribe. Now that your intention is clear, let's move to the next phase. What comes next is the revelation of how to use this newfound power for something even deeper. The Zen door has a new level, and what you are about to learn will allow you to apply your chi in a way that goes beyond your being. Your mastery is about to become a force in the world. Your decision to commit, to subscribe, is not just a commitment to this channel. It is a commitment to a new reality, to your own transformation. The Zen door beyond illusions is not just an exercise for your interior, but a force that manifests in your entire being and extends to the world around you. You are no longer a passive student, someone just absorbing information. You are a practitioner. You are an architect of your own experience. And now, it's time to move from solitary practice to mastery in sync with your environment. What happens when you consistently consolidate your chi? Your energy doesn't just stay within you. It radiates. And this radiation has a power that can influence your environment, your interactions, and your ability to manifest. Eastern philosophy has always taught that a chi master doesn't need to speak to make their presence felt. Their simple presence is an anchor of calm, a force of purpose that influences the environment silently and powerfully. Your energy, when unified and strong, acts like a lighthouse in the middle of a fog. It doesn't fight against the chaos, but transforms it with its simple presence. And neuroscience, remarkably, is giving us the validation for this ancient wisdom. Researchers are now studying the heart's electromagnetic field, the largest energy generator in the human body. They demonstrate that, in a state of coherence, of deep calm and focus, your heart generates a field that can be detected meters away, and this field affects the people and the environment around you. Your chi isn't just internal. It is your energy field that extends into the world. It is your vibrational signature. And by mastering your chi, you are mastering your signature. This is the powerful transition. The passage from practice to mastery. You are not just seeking peace for yourself. You are becoming a source of peace for the world. You are not just seeking focus for your own good, but becoming a force of clarity that inspires others. This is the true purpose of the Zen secret. It transforms you from the inside out, so that you can, with your simple existence, create a more aligned, more beautiful, and more powerful reality for everyone. What comes next is the best content, the practical application of this concept. The key to using your state of being as a tool for influence, to manifest in a way that goes beyond your personal desires. Prepare to become a master, not just of your mind, but of your reality. The Zen door is opening to a new level. Now, let's get to the best content, the step that elevates your chi practice from personal to a powerful force in the world. The transition we made wasn't just metaphorical. It is the reality of your energy. The secret to influencing your environment and your relationships isn't about what you do, but about who you are and the energy you radiate. The monastics understood that a peaceful mind, a centered body, and unified energy create a force field that affects everything around you. And neuroscience, by studying heart coherence and the nervous system, is validating this very truth. Your internal state is not private. It is your electromagnetic field, your vibrational signature that interacts with the world. The method to use this power is a direct extension of the practice you have already begun. And it comes down to 3 steps: centering, radiation, and tuning. The first step, centering, is the foundation. Before interacting with the world, anchor your chi in your dantian. For a moment, return to that point 3 finger widths below your navel. Feel the stillness consolidating your center, the strength accumulating there. This is your point of power. This is your refuge. In a world of constant agitation, this is your lighthouse of unshakable calm. Do this before entering an important meeting, before a difficult conversation, before any interaction that demands your best self. The second step is radiation. From this center of stillness, imagine that this energy doesn't just stay in you. Imagine it is a light, a soft and calm force field that expands from your dantian to your entire body, and beyond. Visualize it extending into the space around you, creating a bubble of peace. You are not forcing anything. You are just allowing your inner peace to manifest as a force. Neuroscience shows us that your state of coherence can be detected by others through mirror neurons, which respond to your heart's energetic field. Your calm, in this state, is contagious. The third step is tuning. In a moment of conflict or stress, instead of reacting, instead of letting the other person's chaotic energy pull you into dispersion, return to your center. Center yourself. Radiate that calm. And, from this point of power, tune into the person in front of you, not with their words, but with their energy. Be the point of calm in the storm. Your tranquility is not a weakness. It is the anchor that stabilizes the chaos. Your presence becomes the compass that guides the interaction towards clarity and resolution. This is the internal technology for influence. And the monastics knew that, to sustain this power, you need more than just a practice. You need supporting elements that give you the foundation to build your new reality. What comes next is the part that will give you the structure, the map to integrate this mastery into every aspect of your life. The chi practice is not an isolated event. For it to become your new reality, your new way of being, it needs to be sustained by pillars. The monastics didn't become masters of their energy by practicing once a day, but by making every moment a practice, by weaving their wisdom into the tapestry of their daily life. They had supporting elements that ensured the Zen door always remained open, and that their power center was always active. And now, you will have access to these pillars, which will give you the foundation to build your new reality. The first pillar is the morning ritual. Start your day with the anchoring exercise in your dantian. Before checking your phone, before the world floods you with its demands, before your mind starts to disperse into tasks and worries, take 5 to 10 minutes to close your eyes and center yourself. Anchor your chi. Feel the stillness consolidating your center. It is your declaration of purpose to the universe, your affirmation that you are in command of your energy today. Neuroscience shows us that this small morning ritual of coherence tunes your brain for the rest of the day, creating a base of calm and focus from which you can operate. It is your first and most powerful act of intention. The second pillar is micropauses. Modern life is made of moments of transition, waiting in a line, the time between meetings, the silence between calls. Instead of filling these voids with distractions, use them as opportunities to return to your center. For just 3 breaths, return to your dantian. Anchor your chi. These micropauses are small neurological hacks that strengthen your ability to focus, like repetitions of a mental workout, and prevent the dispersion of your energy throughout the day. They keep you connected to your power center, preventing stress and chaos from dragging you away from your purpose. The third pillar, and perhaps the most important, is observation without judgment. Your mind will wander. You will fail to maintain your attention. You will let yourself be carried away by anxiety. And this is the most important part. Mastery is not the absence of failure, but the ability to return, without judgment, to your center. Zen philosophy teaches us that the secret is not to have an empty mind, but to be the observer of the mind. Every time you catch yourself dispersed and, with compassion, bring your attention back to the dantian, you are reinforcing your power. Self-criticism drains energy. Self-compassion strengthens it. With these pillars, your practice becomes the foundation of your life. And what happens when this foundation is firm and unshakable? Your reality is transformed. The next step is the climax, the revelation of a power that can go far beyond what you imagined. It is the union of all the wisdom we have shared into a single and final point of power. The climax is approaching. With your practice anchored and the supporting pillars in place, your life is about to become what you've always dreamed of, not by chance, but by design. The search for purpose, focus, and unshakable peace that brought you here was not just a desire, but a call from your own soul. And what you are building, step by step, is the answer to that call. You are not just learning an exercise, you are building a new operating system for your being. A system that is immune to dispersion, that operates with clarity, and that manifests your reality with a pure and powerful intention. Are you ready for the climax? For the moment when all the pieces fit together and the true power of the Zen secret is revealed in its totality? This is the hook, the climax of our journey, where the theory becomes your new reality. True power is not about having superpowers, but about becoming a master of yourself. It's about the ability to operate from an unshakable center, to see beyond the illusions created by your mind in the world, and to create your reality with a force that transcends logic. Your Qi practice is not a hobby. It is your declaration to the universe that you are in command. It is your internal technology to operate from your maximum potential, your new foundation. Neuroscience now shows us that consistency in the practice of mindfulness and coherence not only strengthens your brain but also increases its overall integrity. What does that mean? It means that the different parts of your brain and your nervous system begin to work in perfect harmony. Your mind, your heart, and your body, which once fought with each other, now operate as a single, powerful unit. This is the state of mastery the monastics sought. A state where your intuition, your reason, and your actions are in perfect sync. It's a state that allows you to respond to life, instead of just reacting to it. What you are building is your own internal lighthouse. A source of light that not only illuminates your own path, but also serves as a guide for those around you. Your peace is not isolated. Your strength is not selfish. They are powerful forces that manifest in the world, transforming chaos into clarity, anxiety into serenity. Your life, from now on, will not just be about surviving, but about thriving, about creating beauty and purpose. What comes next is the part that will give you the final deepening, the content that ties everything together. The application of this power to your life, to your career, to your family. Your mastery is becoming real. Stay with me. Your mastery is not an abstract force. It is a force in the world. And now, we will apply it in your real life, in every moment when modern life tries to pull you into dispersion. What you have built, from the Zen secret of the monastics, is an internal technology that can be used to operate from your maximum potential, in any situation. This is the content that ties everything you have learned into a single, powerful system. Imagine a high-pressure work meeting. Instead of entering the room with a scattered mind and chaotic energy, you pause for a moment. You close your eyes and center yourself in your dantian. Anchoring. You breathe, consolidating your chi. Consolidation. And then, you enter the room, not to react to the stress, but to be the anchor of calm. Your mind, now focused, is not distracted by the opinions of others. Your power lies in your presence, in your clarity, in your ability to see the solution where others see only the problem. Neuroscience shows us that this state of coherence in your power center not only makes you more focused but also increases your capacity for creative thinking and problem solving, activating the neural pathways that allow for a state of flow. In your personal relationships, the power is even more evident. Imagine a conversation with someone you love, who is stressed, irritated, or sad. Instead of joining the energy of conflict, you become the center. You listen from your stillness, from your dantian. You do not react, you respond. Your presence, now a lighthouse of calm, does not allow the chaotic energy of the other person to pull you away. You become the anchor that stabilizes the boat in the storm. This is the practical application of irradiatio, radiation. Your unified energy extends and calms the environment, allowing for deeper communication and a more genuine connection. And for your personal goals, the power of this hack is incomparable. When your mind says you can't do it, you're not good enough, or leave it for tomorrow, you don't fight against it. You return to your dantian. You consolidate your chi and project your intention clearly. You act, not out of effort, but out of an alignment that makes success inevitable. You become the magnet for the final result, not because you were trying, but because you were being. Your energy, now directed, becomes the engine of your manifestation. This is your new way of living, your new operating system. Your mastery is becoming real. And your decision to integrate this knowledge into your life is the next and most crucial step. What comes next is your chance to declare your intention definitively, to seal your commitment to your own transformation. The Zen door beyond illusions is open. Now, you must choose whether you will walk through it. You have the secret. You have the practice. And now, the most crucial question of all hangs in the air. Will you use it? Will you let this knowledge get lost in the vast sea of information on the internet, or will you definitively solidify your intention? The inertia of the old world is powerful. It convinces you that today's effort can be left for tomorrow, that your transformation is something that can always wait. But the wisdom of the monastics teaches us that mastery is not a destination, but a decision you make in every moment. The Zen door is open. You know how to anchor your chi, how to use your energy to manifest, and how to sustain your practice. But the complete map to walk through it and live on the other side, in a reality of unshakable clarity and power, is yet to come. The next chapters of this journey, the deepenings and the unique elements that will consolidate your mastery, will only be revealed to those who choose to continue. To those who declare their intention definitively. Don't let your mind distract you with the illusion that commitment is not necessary. The act of clicking the subscribe button now is more than just a gesture. It is your final act of intention in this phase of the journey. It is your seal of commitment to your own transformation, your declaration that you are ready to go beyond, to embrace your new reality. Neuroscience shows us that action is the language of change. By making this decision, you are activating the neural pathways in your brain that reinforce the behavior of seeking and growth, making you more likely to move forward. By subscribing, you are guaranteeing that you will not miss the next chapters of this journey. You are joining a community of truth seekers, of architects of reality, of people who, like you, have chosen the path of mastery. Your presence here is already a sign of your thirst for something more. Your subscription is your act of quenching that thirst. It is your way of saying yes to your own evolution. What comes next is the part that will give you the second best content, the depth that will take your mastery to a new level, allowing you to navigate any storm with unshakable calm. Your commitment is your greatest strength. And your journey continues. What lies ahead is the path to truly becoming the mountain that does not move. Stay with me. Your journey continues, and it deepens. You have the foundation, the Zen secret of the monastics, and from this point of power, you have the ability to go far beyond what you thought was possible. Let's get to the second best content, the deepening that separates a practitioner from a true master. The practice of anchoring your chi is the foundation, but the power to manifest, to see beyond illusions and to create your reality with intention, resides in a key element that we have not yet explored in its totality, conscious intention. It's not just thinking about what you want, as if it were a wish list for the universe. Conscious intention is the act of programming your energy, your chi, for a specific result, but with an emotional charge so potent that your mind and body experience it as if it were already real. Neuroscience shows us that the brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you visualize the final result of your goal, the feeling of calm in a stressful situation, the clarity of a successful project, the deep connection in a relationship, and you feel it in your body, you are literally rewriting your neural pathways. You are building the future in the present. Your consolidated chi in the dantian is your battery, your source of energy. And your conscious intention is the program you install in this battery. Most people spend their lives with a charged battery, but with a program of distractions and fears running in the background. The master, however, uses their unified energy to install the program of their purpose. Your focus is not on having the result, but on being the result. Your job is not to force things to happen, but to align your energy, your vibration, with the reality you desire. The second best content is the understanding that your chi practice is not a passive exercise. It is an act of creation. Every time you center yourself in your dantian, you are in a state of power and clarity. And every time you project your intention from this center, you are sending a clear and strong signal to the universe, to your brain, to every cell of your body, that your new reality is on its way. This is the deepening, the mastery of intention. What comes next is the part that will give you the unique elements, the nuances that separate a practitioner from a master. You are approaching the climax of your journey, the point where your understanding of the Zen secret becomes an inseparable part of who you are. Your intention is your map. And now, we will delve into the science and energy of how to protect that map in a world of chaos, ensuring that your purpose is not just declared, but realized. Mastery is not just about what you create, but about the resilience of your creation. Modern life, with its torrent of information and opinions, constantly tries to distract you and plant seeds of doubt. The master is not the one who is immune to these distractions, but the one who knows how to protect them, how to filter them. Your dantian, with its consolidated chi, acts as a filter. It not only attracts, but also protects your energy. When you center yourself at this point and consolidate your chi, you are creating a force field that shields your intention from the vibrations of doubt, fear, and negativity from the external world. It is your energy shield, your silent barrier against chaos. Think of it as a lens that focuses sunlight to a single point of heat and power. Your energy, when dispersed, is vulnerable. When consolidated, it becomes unshakable. Neuroscience shows us that the brain has a natural tendency to seek what is familiar, to follow patterns that have already been established. Your mind, today, is familiar with stress, with anxiety, with procrastination. By repeatedly returning to your intention, by anchoring your chi in your dantian and projecting the final result, you are making your new reality, your intention, the new familiar. You are rewriting the source code of your brain. You are training your brain to seek success, to look for peace, and to act with purpose, instead of getting lost in chaos. This is directed neuroplasticity in action. The deepening of the theme is the understanding that your practice is not a battle against the world, but a mastery of your own being. When you feel the noise of the world, the external criticism, the voice of internal doubt, don't fight against it. Fighting drains energy. Just return to your center. Breathe. Anchor your chi. Your intention does not need to fight to exist. It just needs to be maintained, calmly and unshakably, from a source of power that cannot be touched by the outside world. This is the secret of resilience. This is the depth of the theme. And what comes next is the part that will give you the unique elements, the nuances that separate a practitioner from a master, that elevate your practice from a tool to a way of life. You are approaching the climax of your journey. Your practice is now a system. But to go beyond, to mastery, to become a true architect of your reality, you need to add the unique elements, the nuances that separate a practitioner from a master. These are not new exercises, but new layers of understanding that integrate with your existing practice. These are the final secrets, which unite to form an unshakable power. The first element is the connection with nature. Your chi is not a closed system. It is part of a larger system, a web of energy that connects everything. The wisdom of the monastics was to recharge their chi from pure sources, to align with the primordial energy of the earth and sky. The simplest way to do this is through what the Orientals call earthing. Simply place your bare feet on the earth. Spend a few minutes in a park, in a garden, anywhere you can connect with the soil. By doing this, you are not just absorbing energy. You are releasing stagnant energy, stress, the chaos of your day, back to the earth to be transmuted. Neuroscience shows us that this practice has a direct and immediate impact on your nervous system, activating the relaxation response and reducing stress. And energetic spirituality shows us that this is the act of realigning your vibrational signature with the frequency of nature. The second element is detached action. Most people act from a fear of a result, from a need to control every step and every consequence. The master, however, acts from a center of power. You take the action because it is aligned with your purpose, with your conscious intention, and not because you are desperate for a specific result. Your job is to plant the seed, nurture the plant with your chi, and let the universe take care of the rest. It's a powerful paradox. You act with full force, but without attachment to the result. Neuroscience shows us that this state of detachment, of operating from a calm center instead of a reactive nervous system, is what allows for clearer decision-making and more effective action. It is the difference between a warrior who fights with anger and a warrior who fights with calm and clarity. This is true mastery. Doing what is necessary, with your consolidated energy, without the weight of expectation. Your chi moves the world, but your peace is not disturbed by the result. You become the mountain that does not move, the center of your own storm. We have reached the point of no return. The apex of our journey. The moment when the Zen secret manifests in its totality, not as an idea, but as your new reality. Now, bring together everything you've learned. The anchor of your Dantian, the consolidated strength of your Qi, the clarity of your conscious intention, the resilience of the supporting pillars, the wisdom of the unique elements, the connection with nature and detached action. Bring it all together and feel what you have become. You are no longer a piece of wood adrift in the river. You are the mountain. Your mind is no longer the source of your chaos. It is the tool of your creation. The illusion that you are powerless before the world, before your emotions and your thoughts, has been dissolved by your practice, your intention, your commitment. The power you always sought, you didn't find. You awakened it from within. This is the maximum impact. It is the visceral and undeniable understanding that your peace, your focus, and your strength are not something to be sought, but something to be revealed. Neuroscience, in all its complexity, confirms this state. What you are feeling is cerebral synchrony, the perfect union of your prefrontal cortex, the center of your reason and intention, with your limbic system, the center of your emotions. There is no more struggle. There is only flow. Your brain is no longer operating from survival mode, but from creation mode. You have become a master of your own being, a master of your energy, and a master of your reality. Your life, from now on, will not just be lived, but will be designed, with clarity and power. This is the final climax. The revelation that your search for something deeper ends not with an external discovery, but with an internal rediscovery. The Zen door does not lead you to a new place. It leads you back home, to your center, to your foundation. The secret is not about an exercise, but about a way of being. It is your new identity. An identity of unshakable peace in the midst of the storm, of relentless focus in the midst of distraction, and of silent power in the midst of the noise. What comes next is the final synthesis. The last part of this epic journey. Your preparation for the closing. You are ready for the last impact, the point where this journey becomes the beginning of a new life. Your journey beyond illusions is complete. The Zen secret of the monastics, the door to a life of purpose, focus, and unshakable peace, has been revealed. But your life as a master, as an architect of your own reality, is just beginning. Let's now move to the final synthesis, the summary of everything you've accomplished. You came in search of a secret and found a practice. You came in search of peace and awakened your Qi. You came in search of focus and became the mountain. Your mind, once an enemy, is now your greatest ally. What you have learned is not a theory, but a complete system of mastery. The anchor of your Dantian, the consolidation of your Qi, the clarity of your conscious intention, the resilience of the supporting pillars, and the wisdom of detached action. All of these are not isolated parts, but the elements that have come together to create your new identity. The identity of a master. But knowledge without action is an illusion. And your journey cannot end here, with information. It needs to begin now, with practice. Your final declaration of intention is crucial. It is your seal of commitment. And for that, I invite you to take your last and most powerful step. Leave a comment below. Tell me what your biggest revelation was. Tell me what impacted you most on this journey. Tell me how you will use this power in your life today. This is your act of sealing your commitment to yourself, your way of cementing this new reality into your being, and of inspiring others who are on this same path. Neuroscience shows us that the act of articulating and sharing an idea dramatically increases its retention and its likelihood of being put into practice. Remember the final summary. The secret is not about an exercise, but about a way of being. It's not about what you do, but about who you have become. You don't need to seek peace, you radiate it. You don't need to fight for focus, you manifest it. You don't need to seek your strength, you awaken it. Your life, from now on, is your masterpiece. And your greatest tool, your greatest power, resides in your center. Don't lose sight of it. Don't forget who you are. Your journey beyond illusions is complete. But your life as a master is just beginning. From now on, live your practice, live your intention, live your mastery. And remember, power resides in stillness. Use it wisely, master. The mountain does not move.